and welcome to episode number 19 of Tally Benchwarmers. We, again, are your very unofficial, definitely not expert take on the latest of the sports world. We're going to talk college sports, local college sports. We're backbenching basketball, softball, baseball, and just going to have a little fun. So for the next 30 minutes or so, hey, I'm the head bench warmer. I'm David Mullins, Mullins. In case you're sending checks, just want to make sure the name is right. With me is Adrian Andrews. You want to spell your last name too, just in case you're getting
Andrews,
checks?
common spelling. So
Yeah. Okay.
Make sure you get me.
Okay. Adrian Andrews, Eric Carter, our assistant chief engineer.
Carter with a C.
Carter with a C.
That's correct.
And Jennifer Tappen, who was you told me. Well, she's our CFO. She's just baked on numbers because she's been working audit and all this stuff. So I said, what's the best thing to do when you're all baked out on numbers? Is come to talk some stupid stuff about sports.
Absolutely.
With
with these guys.
With these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, with these guys. So for the next half hour or so, we're going to do just that. We got a lot of sports to talk about. We've got, it was some fun time over the weekend, right? Some fun time. We had something called the Daytona 500 that was.
Oh
my gosh! I was getting ready to duck.
I think
Sound like Lightning McQueen.
It did.
That was, but actually that was the last of the race just ended.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
it did.
it just
Right.
ended.
That was
Yeah,
the
just
last
in
lap.
case you weren't aware.
I heard that was fun.
Had a few delays happening yesterday.
Just a couple.
Yeah, just a couple.
Yeah.
Normal Daytona racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a Daytona. You're like a Daytona addict, is what
A little
I understand.
bit. A little
Yeah.
bit.
She
Well,
is our resident expert.
not. It's been a few years.
Has it been a few years?
Yeah,
since
my
you've been
favorite
there?
drivers all started retiring, and
Mine too.
I got older, and the heat and the party
Yeah,
atmosphere
yeah.
just got
Doc
to be,
Hudson,
you
he
know.
retired.
So yeah. So you haven't been in a while. You
I
said,
haven't been in a while.
but you still pay attention.
Yes,
How many times have you been to the Daytona 500?
11.
11
wow.
times.
Gosh, beat that.
I think
I
she
want
may
to go.
have.
I want to go though.
I think she may have all three of us beat.
Yeah.
Collectively.
Yeah.
We how many times have you been to the Daytona 500?
Twice.
Twice. So that means that collectively we've gone twice.
Yeah.
That's
Right?
true. That's
Yeah.
true. We're
Well,
behind.
Wow.
Eric's been to more racetracks than I have. I've only been to 3 racetracks.
Well, Eric's
but-
traveled the world too.
Yeah,
I mean, he
that's
was in the
true.
Navy and he's gone over. They had racetracks where there shouldn't have been racetracks.
That's true.
But hey, we had the Mr. Byron,
Yeah.
Billy Byron. Does he go by Billy or just William?
William, I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
going to call him Billy. I like that, Billy Byron.
I never
Billy
understand that. I
Byron.
never
Billy
understood
Byron.
it. Billy and Will. I don't ever understood that. But,
Yeah.
let's keep
Yeah.
going for it.
But
That's like Richard.
Yeah, I never understood.
yeah, and I have known some Richards who really are.
Yes, Richards.
Yeah. Anyway, so consecutive. He won
Yeah.
last year.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. He won.
He missed all of the crashes, thankfully, yesterday.
Yeah.
How many crashes did they have?
There were several, but two big
Several.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
two big
Oh,
ones.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the final lap.
Yep.
He was
always.
actually
Yeah.
the 9th starting on that final lap, and he wiggled his way.
Wiggled his
Yeah.
way around
Yeah.
everything and
Yeah.
to victory.
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah, the rain delays were crazy.
Yeah.
Lynn Hatter, who's the director of content here, she said this was her first Daytona 500 race to watch. She was watching on TV.
Listen, I would have
And
thought that.
She got so daggone frustrated. She was texting our little Tally Benchwarmers text, and she was excited about it,
Yeah.
and she was bummed
Yeah.
because they after like 15 laps,
12.
Yeah.
They made
12
it
laps,
12
they had the big rain delay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then right after they came back, they had a wreck, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So what did she text us at one point?
She was watching last year's race and had no idea.
She had no idea she was watching last year's race.
That is the Daytona 500. That's a February race
Yeah.
in Florida. Always.
Yeah, always. There's always a rain delay.
So I texted her and I said, Lynn, I think you picked the wrong year to become a Daytona 500 fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Daytona 500 is not a race to watch if you're watching your first NASCAR
Yeah,
race.
that's tough. Yeah.
I think there's better races
But
to choose
I am
from.
so impressed with
Noted.
those jet dryers, man. They got the track looking like it had never rained before.
Yeah.
They also have the good technology as far
Yeah.
as the asphalt out there. So
Yeah, yeah.
That's
But
pretty cool.
you know, I lived in South Florida for like 18 years, and they could have really used those jet dryers anytime it rains in South Florida because nobody knows how to freaking drive in the rain in South Florida.
Well,
I
when you
think
guys
it-
get rain down there, you got alligators and little baby
Sharks.
sharks.
No,
People
what
going
we
jet
have is we
skiing.
have people who just don't know how to drive in the rain. That's what it
That
is.
is true.
Crazy. So we could, I think, you know, that South Florida, the taxpayers should start paying for jet dryers.
Yeah.
I've got friends in there. I'm going to call them. I'm going to see if they can get that like on the council agendas. That would be why am I talking about this?
Because you're excited.
I'm excited
okay.
about the
Those
jet
jet
It's
dryers.
okay. They're pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
You can
Yeah.
use that to get the next ice storm. We can use the heat.
Oh,
There you
Be
go. That's
careful.
what we need here.
it might rip
Yes.
shingles
Yeah.
off your roof.
Yeah. Yeah, be careful of that. Speaking of roofs, and I'm gonna tell everybody this, Jennifer, because this is what you told me. You said that yesterday you were so excited about the 500, you were dancing on your roof.
Absolutely. I was.
Relatively newly installed roof
Yes.
because of the ice storm.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
It's
so
great.
you
It
know
held up
she's
just
a
great.
fan.
I was say I was
She-
going to ask you.
she couldn't be
make
there.
Sure you made it work here and you're good to go, so you didn't fall through.
She couldn't be at the 500, but she was dancing on her roof. So yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
Oh well.
At least someone had fun.
Yeah.
I hear the All-Star game was pretty.
Nothing to dance about, was
Oh,
it? Yeah.
God.
What kind of that? Don't even get me started.
So what do you think about LeBron? Was that something he just sort of last minute just
Did-
said, you know what, I'm not wasting
Did he
time
never
on this.
have intention? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I hear it sucked, man. I didn't even worry about
I've
flipping
stopped
to
watching the All Star game about maybe 6
Yeah,
or 7 years
yeah,
ago
yeah.
because the
Mm.
when
It
they
lacks
Well, it hasn't been
competitiveness.
an all-star game. It hasn't been a competitive game
Yeah,
for
it
I
has-
don't know
yeah,
how long.
and
What do you
long
think,
time.
Jennifer?
Yeah.
You're a big NBA fan, right?
Not really.
Okay. So we're
I like
talking
college
amongst
basketball,
ourselves. Yeah. But the NBA All-Star game has not been a competitive game for a long time.
yeah.
But Shaq won. The Shaq OGs won
he
the
did?
All-Star game
Okay.
yesterday. It was Steph, and it was KD, it was Damian Lillard. I forget who else was on that team, but yeah, I mean, it was just. I saw the last 20 minutes of that 40-point game, and all it was just running up and down the court, long passes.
And somebody shoot a three.
Who can
Yeah,
shoot the
shooting
deepest
threes,
three?
shooting threes,
You know?
shooting threes. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
Jokic, is that how you pronounce his name?
Yes.
Jokic, yeah.
He hit a three. He hit a three.
Oh.
So you know that when he hits threes, in an
Everybody
All-Star
hits
game,
three.
Everybody,
I think they have the magnets inside the ball.
everybody but LeBron. Everybody but LeBron was hitting threes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steph hit one from like half court.
But that's normal.
That's normal
Yeah,
for
that's-
Steph. In
And he
fact,
I
turns
love
around.
Steph Curry.
He shoots it and he turns around and walks
Yeah.
yeah,
away.
he walks
Yeah.
away. I saw
With that
I saw a
smile.
clip of him and KD were throwing it from half court over their heads,
Yeah.
one-handed. KD missed and Steph drilled it.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys got superhuman.
He's got a future in the
superhuman
NBA.
stuff.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah,
I think he might be able
Steph
to,
has a future in the NBA.
I think
That's
he
right.
might be able to win a couple of championships.
Maybe.
Yeah, so we are going to stay in the basketball world though, because in the college ranks, we have some stuff to talk about. The FSU men and women. You know, let's talk the bad before the good, or let's talk the bad before the not so bad, because
Right.
the women have struggled a little bit here too.
Right.
But oh my God, after that stunning upset against Wake Forest
He
last
had a
week,
2-game winning streak.
they did. They had beaten Notre Dame a
Correct.
week or so ago. Then they had beaten Wake Forest with that
Forest.
last within the last 8 seconds. Then they scored, and then it's not even called laying an egg. It was a true beatdown this past Saturday afternoon at the Tuck against Clemson.
Yes.
46-72.
Ouch.
How did that happen?
Clemson
Yeah, well-
scored the first 2 points and never looked back.
They never looked back. That's right. Yeah. 46-72. It was everything was clanking off the rim. Even the shots from 2 feet were clanking off the rim.
Yeah.
we shot 34% from the field.
That was high. That was high.
That was. I think that was because we made some baskets towards the end.
Yeah.
Right.
We shot 13% from 3-point, and we shot
A whole bunch of
42% from free throws. I mean, and we were at the line a lot.
Yeah.
But oh man, it
If
just
they would
was,
have hit more than half of their free throws, they
Well,
they
they
could have
would've-
only lost by 20.
yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Watkins. I mean he led the team with his
Yeah.
14 points. That was a little less than what his average, but he has to get some help out there. I mean, honestly, that's where it all boils down to. Honestly.
The big guy was just didn't seem to be in the game. But I tell you, Clemson was just fine in position. They beat us on the
Everything.
boards.
Everything.
On the boards.
They out hustled us.
They were constantly moving. I
Yes.
mean, constant, and then they found the open guy into the basket.
Slash into the
I think
basket.
they had 15, 18 assists,
Mm-hmm.
and most of those assists were just easy passes for a layup.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Their paint points were like ungodly.
So the men are now in 9th place in the ACC. So
right.
it's just the top 8 that go to the tourney, right?
Right.
So we're on the outside.
We're on the bubble.
Edge. We're on the bubble, and then we've got not easy games coming up.
What we do, Miami.
Well, besides Miami, because Miami is that way for
Yeah, you
men
got
and women.
Louisville,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the only bright
Spot.
for
Yeah.
the rest of the season is our. So it's probably a definite. Well, I shouldn't say a definite win.
Yeah, the last time we thought a definite win, and
Yeah.
they laid an egg.
They laid an egg.
Yeah.
So after Miami this week, it's Louisville too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's tough. They're gonna have to figure out how to.
You basically have to win out.
You got to win out at least at home. You got
Yes.
to beat
Yeah.
Miami there, and then you got to win out at home. To give
Well, the
yourself
Miami
a
game is
shot.
here.
Oh, the Miami game is here.
Yes.
Well, then you got to win out at home.
Yeah.
and then hope for the best. I mean, yeah, right on the bubble. That would be. It's gonna be tough if Ham goes out his last season with the Knowles, and it's not a. It's
Doesn't even
not
make the
not-
ACC
didn't even
tournament.
Yeah, I
make
was gonna say the
tournament.
ACC, maybe an
Yeah.
appearance or something. That would have been good.
The only way for us to make an appearance in the actual tournament is to win the conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't gonna
Nerve.
happen.
No.
No, we're not. That ain't gonna happen. I don't see how that's gonna happen.
No,
I
that's
mean,
not
we've
happening.
got too many good teams in the ACC right now.
Yes.
Yeah. But on the flip side of the gender reveal here,
Lady Knowles.
Lady Knowles.
Lady Knowles.
Lady
They've
Knowles.
got to figure out they are on a 2-game losing streak at home though. That's
Yes.
their trouble.
Yes.
Is they had held home court the entire season against some tough teams.
Yes.
And then they have had and both of them were similar. They just the shots weren't falling. And it didn't seem like, because I've been to both those games, that they just had they didn't have the energy that the opposing teams had.
Not only that, they didn't seem to be organized.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Against Louisville, we lost to Louisville at 23 points
Yeah.
at home. That was tough.
And
That was
on-
kind of
on
demoralizing.
Coach Sue's night.
On Coach Sue's night, which was, I think Brooks a great coach. I think she got out coached against Louisville too.
Oh, yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Because again, they were moving the ball. We just kind of we play too much 1-on-1 once we get down to the offensive side of the court. So, but the bright side is we played Miami this weekend.
Down
Yeah.
in Coral Gables.
Yeah, but tonight was out. She was out for an injury. I don't know if I haven't seen what injury she was out for.
I don't know
but
what she's out for.
But
either.
Latson being out made that game tight.
Say, I
Yeah,
mean,
it
we
did.
only won
did
by
pretty
Oh,
good in her. Career
MG.
high.
career high
Yeah.
34
Assists and
points.
points.
Amaria
Yes.
is
So-
something else.
She
Yeah.
did her thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's nice to have you have another player who can step up and have that
You do,
capability.
yeah.
Not all teams are able. Once you have your star player go down, they don't really have a second person who can really step up.
Yeah.
So it's got to be
And
feeling
KK
pretty good.
KK didn't have a double either. I mean
No, she
that
didn't.
just shows you how
But,
important
you-
those points by you.
Yeah.
You know,
Mario
OMG, she
were.
had 34 points.
Yeah.
She had 7 dimes, which was good.
Yeah.
When they pass the ball,
Yeah.
they actually do a lot better.
Yeah.
You know, Timpson, she was solid. 22 points, 9 boards,
Yeah.
3 steals, and a block. So she
Nice.
played a good, complete
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But-
that's what you need.
We
Yeah.
we've got to get back to holding that home court. We've only got I think we've only got 4 games left in the
I think
women's
so.
schedule.
I think so.
And I would assume we're going to drop out of the top 20.
I don't know.
Today, we were 23rd before the Louisville
We might.
loss.
We might.
But I haven't seen the
25.
rankings
Well,
yet.
yeah, as far as the tourney goes now, I mean, they revealed the top 16 seeds.
Mm-hmm.
We're outside of that.
Yeah.
And I want to say we'll get the other half.
Yeah.
A little later in the month or next month, I say. But I mean, I think we still have a shot as far as making the national tourney, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Unless we just crater.
Bomb.
Unless we crater.
Yeah. We got 10 wins in the ACC, so we're looking good.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So
20-6 overall, 10 wins in the ACC. That's a good resume to definitely get into the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the women are looking better than the men over on the Knoll side of the thing, and those Rattlers on the basketball court, it's just the opposite. The men are looking better than the women.
The
men have got a
are
3-game winning streak
spanking
now,
some
right?
tail, baby.
Yeah.
They are spanking some tail.
doing some good. First year head coach just add that. So
Well, like we talked about earlier, in this podcast season, when it came to, the men, they actually played that really tough, grueling schedule at the beginning, playing against all the D1 schools.
Mm-hmm.
And I said
absolutely.
that, at this time of the year, that type of experience would actually start showing through.
yeah, it really
And
has.
it's really showing through now.
Mm-hmm.
You had Sterling Young, 28 points. Milton Matthews, he had 15. Jordan Chapman had 14. That's 57 of their 76 against Jacksonville State. Their defense was good. They shot pretty good, fairly well from the three-point line. They hit 9 of 21. So, and I was impressed. I've been impressed with them the last 4 games.
Yeah, well, they've turned it, whatever you want to call it, they've turned it around on the win side, on the win column, and second in the SWAC right now. So
Yeah.
they've, they're looking good. They are beginning to peak, I guess you want to say it, at the
They're
right time of the
climbing.
season. They're climbing.
Yeah, they're trying to make that run at the SWAC title.
That's
That's
right.
what you got to
Love
do.
that.
That's right. They're climbing.
That's what you got to do. So, I mean, obviously, like getting some of those away games, once you go on the road and stuff, they can turn some of those into some dubs, and then I think they'll be a little bit better, But as far as where they sit right now, as far as the SWAC goes, I think they have a good shot at getting that tournament.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just closing up and just finishing strong. So,
Well, they have a confidence. They have a different confidence about themselves. When you see them out there on the court, they actually they believe that they're supposed to win.
yeah.
Beginning of the season, you go out there, you're playing against these heavy hitters, and you want to keep it close, but it gets demoralizing when you're getting down by like 20 points in the first 10 minutes of a game.
Yeah. So, I mean, they got Alcorn. Got Alcorn next, and Alabama State.
Yeah.
It's
It's going to be it's favorable for them. So I'm like I said, I've been impressed with them. I knew that the beginning of the season wouldn't be indicative to the end because they did play a lot of heavy games just for that experience towards this time of the year.
And then, with the early in the season, we thought, hey, the women are really rolling.
That's what we were thinking.
Yeah.
It's
just kind of flipped. I think they've got a 3-game losing streak now, right?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about Alcorn State.
Well, their
yeah.
last loss was against Jackson State.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same day. So another homecoming too. Ruined
37 to 40.
Yeah. So, I mean, close game. I mean, when you look at the amount of points scored, clearly neither team was hitting shots like that.
But their defense wasn't playing as the defense played at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it becomes a little more difficult. They still have a chance to do what they need to do, to continue to make the SWAC tournament.
Yeah. I mean, they're 5-8.
Yeah.
8-16 overall. They're
They're on a
probably
bubble.
in
They're on a
a
bubble.
win-out situation here because we're getting closer. We're getting into March.
I think they got 4 games left.
Yeah, you definitely have to win out, and I really don't know if they can, even if you win out. I mean, I don't know. That may push you at about 9-8. So I mean, we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
But now let's talk about the games, the sports that are really exciting. I think everybody around the bench. In fact, so much that We don't have a basketball on the table.
No
We've got,
basketball.
We've got baseball,
A different
and
round
softball,
ball.
the little round ball,
Yes.
the little round ball, then the little bigger round ball.
Yes.
But here we go with some FSU baseball news. They really started the season well.
Yeah,
Yes. On fire.
awesome
They
opening
were on fire
weekend.
against JMU.
Yeah.
Shutout.
Yeah, well, two
Two
shutouts,
shutouts.
one
Sweep the
earned
series.
run over 26 innings.
Yes.
Their starting pitchers had 0 earned runs over
Yes.
3
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
And offensively, they kicked some butt too.
Yeah, they
And
did.
not just
Yeah, they did.
defense.
They did. In the first game, their hitting wasn't as timely as they should have been. Even though they scored 6 runs, they left a lot on base.
Yeah.
They left a lot. But game 2, they woke up.
Yeah, they did. They sure did.
Yeah, game 2 they woke up, and then game 3 they.
I mean, 8 innings. I mean, you forced the game to basically like throw in a towel at that point. I mean,
Yeah.
the other team
Yeah.
threw in a towel basically.
And it's like, yeah,
So-
we're not going to win this one. Let's go home.
Yeah, we got a long drive back. So was it a home game? Was it away?
They were here.
They were
was
here.
home,
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
James
JMU
Madison
came
was
here.
ready to go.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Yeah. So, and on the ladies' side, on
Lady and all side.
the softball diamond, yeah, they
You mean those killers?
Oh,
they are
8
killers.
game winning streak. 8 game winning streak.
Yeah, and
That's incredible.
Yes.
so
And they're beating quality
they
teams.
are.
Yeah.
They are.
And not at home.
Yeah.
Right. This is this weekend will
Is
be
their
the
home
first
opener?
time
Yeah.
they'll be
yeah,
in
Joanne Graff.
Joanne Graff, the
Yeah.
Seminole Sports Complex.
But down in Clearwater, St. Pete, man, they were just on fire.
Yeah, they were.
5-game run rule streak was
That's
snapped
crazy.
by
Yes.
UCF.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
UCF. But,
Yeah.
but
8-1.
an 8-1 victory. Kennedy Harp, I think, is like the hottest batter in the country right now too.
All of them are the hottest
Yeah,
batter
they
in the
are.
country because it seems like they're all hitting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's not that they're hitting just timely hits. They're hitting long ball.
Oh, they are.
Yeah. How about 3 or
They're
4
killing
home
it.
runs? And then, I mean, it's saying something when you go and beat the number 16, like the 16th best, school in the nation, in Missouri. I think that definitely says something.
They
So, I
beat
mean,
Oklahoma State. They run ruled them.
yeah.
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 That
And-
started.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
speaking of the Joanne Graff tourney, we've got number 5 Texas A&M coming in
Yes.
Yeah.
this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. So it's going to
it's
be,
gonna
we're
be-
ranked number 6. So it's going to be number 5 versus number 6.
Yeah,
Yes.
looking good. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
they have. They've always had good teams, though.
The girls?
The
Yes.
girls,
They really have.
the
And it goes
softball
back
team.
to what you were saying, Eric,
Yeah.
with basketball and stuff. Playing those, like, that tough competition. We have top 25 matchups, like, early in the season like
Early in the
that.
Yeah.
season, yeah.
And then once you get into conference play, it's smooth
Easy.
sailing at that point.
Absolutely.
Because now you're like, okay, I've faced some top dogs. Like so this is good. Really good.
So, and on the FAMU side, we've got a 3-0, a 2-1 record on the men's side, right?
Yeah, it has some game cancellations, so it's for how that record would have actually planned out,
Yeah.
if they would have played. So, but yeah, I mean, now FAMU baseball team is definitely kind of interesting. They have a lot of local guys, guys
Yeah.
from Leon, NFC, I want to say,
NFC.
McClay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
McClay is
Florida
on the
High.
team. Yeah, so that's pretty good. I mean, you can definitely recruit here locally and stuff.
And put together a good team.
Yeah. We have a Tallahassee local has an awesome baseball community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Always
the surrounding
has, yeah.
counties, has to support,
Yeah.
we get talent from them, like in, I can't remember the county right next to us.
Right next
Wakulla,
door.
Jefferson.
Wakulla, Jefferson. Jackson.
Wakulla is really,
Gadsden.
Wakulla is
Yeah.
really, really good in baseball.
Yes.
Like they're notorious for that in football.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, they started the season 1-2. I mean, obviously, that was after they went and lost that UT Martin one. So
Yeah.
and then they have a tough schedule this week, and then they go right into the Andre Dawson Classic.
Yeah.
But yeah, have University of North Florida, and then they play in the swamp.
UNF
Yeah.
is not an easy team.
Yeah,
No, they're
then you
not.
play in the swamp. So I mean, it's these are top guys.
Yeah.
But
So it's
like you said, you play the big dogs early, so that way you have that experience
some
when it's down at
experience,
the end of the season.
yeah. I mean, one of those being Mizzou. I feel like we talking about Mizzou a lot.
Yeah.
They got Mizzou as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm impressed with their schedule selection. They're not afraid to play those big teams, so it does a lot, with the HBCU schools to get that exposure because those
Yeah, for
become
sure.
national exposure games.
Yeah.
And on the women's side, the softball team 1-4 overall. They've had some trouble, although they beat Howard. Nice
That was
victory.
it, yeah.
Nice
One
win
win.
against-
One
yeah.
win against Howard.
Yeah.
You know, so here I was looking at with FAMU softball. They have a new coach. So this is her first year. They had Coach Patterson last year, and that obviously got him a SWAC East title.
Yes.
And then go and get they was in the SWAC championship game and stuff, or in the tournament wise. So it's a lot of pressure on her to definitely get back to that. But these are obviously, you see how they bounce back against Howard.
Yeah.
So that's really good just to build that confidence and stuff. But yeah, it's just a lot of pressure just riding on this season in general. So
Well, and talking about pressure, then we talked about the Joey and Kraft Invitational. They are they're playing in that Invitational this weekend against the Knolls. So
That's
that will
the
be
game on Thursday.
Is that the Thursday game?
That's the Thursday game.
I'm
FAMU
going
is
to
playing.
the A&M Texas A&M game. I think Saturday.
Yeah, that is
'cause
the
I really
Saturday
want to
game.
see number 5, and my wife is a Texas A&M Aggie, so so we'll have fun with that. But yeah, so the small round ball is picking up on
Absolutely.
on both campuses. And the basketball, the men on FAMU side and the women on wouldn't it be great to be talking about basketball and baseball and softball in March?
Yes.
Towards April.
Well into March, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be great. And believe it, we didn't talk football at all today, did we?
Well, I said
seemed
those.
strange.
I said no. I said that the men were climbing.
That's true. Yeah, it's the climb. It's the
Yeah.
climb. Yeah. Yeah. See, and you know what? You jinxed us here. We were going to continue to talk about sports. Eric brings up that line, and then
as soon as you
Evan
mentioned
gives us
football,
the whistle.
as soon as you mentioned
Cut
football,
him
everyone's like,
off.
oh no.
We're done
so
with you.
it's done again. We have finished another half hour or so of just gibberish, basically. Well, I mean, intelligent comments by the three of y'all, gibberish on this side of the mic.
She had the intelligent comment.
I mean,
thanks.
Well, you know what? When you
That's why
dance
I
on
was
your
quiet.
roof, you get your brain starts working. You dance
More
on the
oxygen
roof,
up
more
there.
oxygen up
Oh.
there, and she's working. So we're not going to have a Daytona 500. We're not going to have an NBA All-Star game. We're going to have local sports that we can really focus on next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the podcast, if you want to text us or if you want to email us with some ideas about maybe some other local sports we want to talk about, or if you got some cold hard cash that you want to put towards
Extra
this
cash.
podcast, extra cash, not to line our pockets, but to help us produce this podcast, just email us at tallybench@wfsu.org. So we've wasted another half hour of listeners and viewers' times. But Adrian is now on the hunt for the next big, in-depth story, right?
That's right.
He's right. He's ready to get out of here. So thanks to Evan and to Jason behind the glass.
Yep.
And we will see you again next week on Tally Benchwarmers.